Hi, my name's Kelly. I am a CBT therapist and psychologist. Today I wanted to delve into something a little bit different as, I'm a psychologist, but it's very difficult to turn that psychologist part of my brain off. So when I was watching the most recent season of Bridgerton, I thought there's some opportunity here to actually bring some psychology into this. So I wanted to share some three different reflections that I had when I've been watching Bridgerton. So the first one is about sibling dynamics and the complexities of this. So in season 3, we know the Bridgerton siblings, they continue to navigate those intricate sibling relationships. And we can see the dynamics continuing to change and to grow as the season develops. And psychologically, sibling relationships can be sources of support, but they can also be sources of conflict. And they can shape an individual's own development, but also the development within their family. So, thinking about maybe support and rivalry. So, the Bridgertons demonstrate how siblings can both be allies, but also competitors. So, for instance, the tension and the eventual reconciliation between Anthony and his siblings highlight how sibling rivalry can coexist within those deep family loyalties. And if we look at research for this, so Burmeister and Furnham in 1990, they showed that sibling relationships can often oscillate between rivalry and support, and this can influence an individual's ability to be able to regulate their own emotions, but also with their social skills. Something I found quite interesting is birth order and the roles that this can play within those sibling relationships. And I thought that this series did actually touch on this and thinking about the birth order and those assigned family roles. So again, looking at the eldest sibling, so Anthony, and we can see that he often assumes that responsibility and leadership, and sometimes at the expense of their own desires. And this actually aligns with Adler's theory of birth order, which suggests that firstborns often develop a sense of responsibility and a need to set an example for the younger siblings. The second reflection that I had was thinking about the impact of social expectations on identity. So we have seen throughout the different seasons that the characters in Bridgerton, they're constantly negotiating their personal desires against those social expectations, particularly regarding marriage and social status. And this tension, I think, is a key theme within season 3, providing insight into that psychological stress in conforming to the societal norms. So let's think about it with identity and social norms. Many characters struggle with their identity and their social roles. For example, Penelope Featherington's journey. So she's trying to reconcile the public persona with her private ambitions of Lady Whistledown. And this showcases the real psychological conflict between societal expectations and self-actualization. And Erikson's stages of psychosocial development suggest that achieving a coherent identity is crucial for psychological well-being, especially during young adulthood. And we see for Penelope, it really was that conflict, and it had a massive impact on her own well-being throughout this season. Then thinking about cognitive dissonance. So the characters often experience cognitive dissonance, so where their actions and their beliefs are in conflict. And we can see this with Colin Bridgerton. So we can see his internal struggle with his feelings for Penelope. And then this juxtaposed against the societal perceptions of who would be a suitable partner. And Festinger's theory of cognitive dissonance, this is from 1957, explains that individuals are motivated to reduce that psychological discomfort, often leading to significant personal growth or change. So it's trying to kind of navigate that and work that out. The third reflection I had was thinking about the romantic relationships and then emotional intimacy. So again, in season 3, I thought that it delved more into the complexities of romantic relationships, exploring themes of trust, vulnerability, and emotional intimacy. And the psychological portrayal of these relationships can offer us as viewers insights maybe into our own relational patterns. So let's think about attachment styles. So we can see a variety of attachment styles across the whole of the Bridgerton cast. And we can see they can actually be quite prominently displayed. So let's think about it. So for Eloise, she has a reluctance to engage in romance. And this quite contrasting when we're thinking about her siblings' pursuits, and potentially reflecting an avoidant attachment style. And we could maybe presume that this is influenced by her past relationships and family dynamics. Because what we know from theory, from Bowlby's attachment theory in 1988, suggests that those early interactions with caregivers influence your own attachment style, which obviously then influences our future romantic relationships as well as social relationships as well. Then if we think about communication and conflict resolution, so I think that this season highlights the importance of effective communication and the ability to resolve conflict within relationships. And we saw this with the evolving relationship between Penelope and Colin. And this illustrates how miscommunication and unspoken feelings can lead to misunderstandings and conflict. And then Gottman's research on marital stability emphasises the importance of open communication, empathy, and conflict resolution skills in being able to maintain those healthy relationships. So that was kind of my reflections. I do have more, but I want to know what you think of this style of video. So please let me know in the comments what you think, if you like it, if you didn't like it, or what else you'd like me to cover. And as always, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and